Hello my little beauties, welcome back. In this video we're going to get the contact us form rocking and rolling, and hopefully this creaky chair won't do everybody's head in. Let's rock and roll. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to do things a little bit backwards here, because when the form is finished, it's going to take them to a page that is contact us /thank you. So let me just do this the wrong way round, and we'll start from the back, It's hard to say things like that online, without sounding dodgy, let me tell you. Anyway, the thank you thing is going to go something like that. It's going to have a file called thank you, yes indeed. We're going to have a little view file in there, and that's going to be called thankyou.php. And in an explosion of confidence, I'm going to add in a headline that says thank you. Then I'm going to add in a little paragraph that says your form was successfully submitted. We will be in touch with you shortly. Okay, and indeed, in a great explosion of fabulous confidence, I'm not even going to test it, because this is awesome and I am the web developer extraordinaire. I've had it with humbleness, man, Anyway, so that's that. Yes, thank you very much indeed. Now I'm going to go to the form itself, and I'm going to do a few little tweaks, and I'm going to bring this form to life, okay? Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the form location going, okay? You can set the form location in the controller if you want. In fact, I might as well. I'm feeling a bit crazy today. Usually I would either put the form location at the top of the view or in the controller. I suppose, strictly speaking, the controller would be the more appropriate place to go, right? So here we go. Form location equals base URL contact us / submit. That's where we're going to send them. Contact us / submit. Okay, that's your vibe. Now, submit is going to have a look at some form variables. It's going to do some form validation and all of that. Oh, did somebody say form validation? Yes, we did. And form validation is obviously something that we've done many times before. So I'm going to open up store items here and do a little search for form validation. Let's save some time. What do you reckon? Do you fancy saving some time? I wouldn't mind saving some time. So let's get this going. Here we go. I'll copy some validation stuff from store items, right? And okay, apologies for my heavy breathing, I don't know. I've always been like that. Anyway, submit. It's going to look at some variables, blah, 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 blah. Now check this. Behold, we have a fetch data from post. Do you see that? So let's get fetch data from post working. I'll chuck it down the bottom here, okay? And let me make a bit of room so that we can see what's happening. And the vibe is very simple. It's going to say data, your name is this. Oh, gee. Oh, I was about to start showing off and saying, isn't it amazing that I'm not doing this with any notes? And I'm really not. I'm just on a little laptop here, But when you keep doing typos, man, it's a real drag, Anyway, we're going to have your name, we're going to have email, we're going to have tell num, and we're going to have message, okay? That's the variables, folks. So let's declare those variables and let's return data. Now, I apologize if I'm going a bit fast here, but this should be easy. You should be watching this video right now and saying, why are you even showing us this? We know this stuff, right? And I know that you know this stuff because you're good. You're more than good. You see, there's different types of good, and I actually think you're finger licking good, So we can carry on with this. I can even chat to you as I go. You know how to do this, right? Email, remember all of this stuff? Remember? Tell num. It's so easy. Oh, yes. We should talk about the state of pop music or something as we do these tutorials, I mean, who cares about web development, right? So nice and easy validation, nothing heavy. I'll have that saying telephone number. And we'll have that saying message. Now, all of you observation characters, observation, there's a new word. All of you observation characters who have degrees in observationalistics may notice that I'm going lowercase here in the little description-y thing, and I was doing uppercase first in the past. There's no real reason for that, but I'm just kind of feeling crazy. And that's the type of things I do, you know, when I'm feeling crazy, because I'm a wild and crazy guy. So anyway, your name is going to be required, max length of 240. I am happy. In fact, who on earth has a name of 240? Let's make it 60. That should be enough to accommodate the King of Saudi Arabia if he gets in touch with all of his crazy middle names and stuff. I think 60 characters is going to be fine, okay? Required valid email, and that's on the email front. We don't need it to be numeric, okay? Telephone number, I'm just going to say required in another max length vibe. We'll make it required and something like that. Let's do a max length of 20, right? Is that fair enough? And the message is just going to be required. Okay, so that's our validation. It's looking fantasticola. I have to tell you something, folks. It is looking absolutely fantasticola. So submit is going to be this: input, post, submit, true. And why did I not say submit? Did you hear that little pause there? Because my subconscious knew that I'd forgotten something. So that's us. If submit is submit, do all of that stuff, right? Whatever, you know. If submit is not successful, sorry, if validation, if we have a form, submission, error, well, in that case, we're going to just go right on back to index. Can you handle the vibe? We're going to go right back to index. And on the form itself, right about here, we're going to have validation errors. Now, folks, it really doesn't matter whether you do nice little div alerts or whether you do validation on each individual form field, if you know what I'm saying, or even if you decide just to do crappy red text like me. The truth is, it doesn't matter too much. However, I cannot stress enough that you need to be consistent, okay? Be consistent across the whole website. That's the key, and hardly anybody does this. So these are the little things that make the difference. So form location, right? We're setting up the form here. Method equals post. Does that look fair enough? Now, the vibe we need to do now is go through all of these form fields and make sure everything is cool in the gang, right? So for the one called name, I'm just going to call it your name, right? And we'll even add in a value, and we'll call it your name, okay? You know, and I have this feeling somebody's screaming at the screen right now saying, hey man, you need to use camel case, snake case, Pascal case, or something like that. Well, maybe I should, but actually I've kind of reached a point with this tutorial where I just want to finish the thing, you know. And I apologise, that should be a PHP variable. What on earth was I thinking? Right, that's us, okay? So it's going to populate. You know what's happening, right? It's going to populate the vibe if there happens to be a mistake somewhere. So that's good, yes, I'm pretty happy. We've got this input field thing going on here. Now see where it says subject? I'm not into that. I'm going to say telephone number, okay? I mean subject, what do they think this is? University challenge, you know? Telephone number's the vibe we're going to go with, and we'll say Glyphicon phone. That should get a nice telephone picture up. So we're going to have a thing called telnum across here, okay? And the placeholder is just going to say enter telephone number. And look at all of this stuff required is required. This is going to get all JavaScript stuff rocking. So the vibe is that you really cannot go wrong with these forms, you know? Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, let's do the submit button. I almost forgot. Type is submit. We'll say name equals submit. Value equals submit with an uppercase S. Look, man, it's kind of a tradition, okay? Anyway, we refresh the screen here. And of course, there's going to be errors all over the place. You knew that was going to happen, right? So the solution to that is very simply to just say data is this, fetch data from post. Look, the form is now totally cool. See, totally cool. And when I was talking about the JavaScript vibes, this is what I was meaning. Look, if I hit submit, see? So this is really, really cool, man. I'm just so happy. So let's add in a name and an email address, okay? So I'll add in the name that I'm changing my name to soon. So I'm going to be changing my name to Starsky von Spankengrubel. And the email address is going to be info@something.com. That'll do. And the phone number, it's going to be something like that. The message will be, actually, let's break the form first. Okay, I want to see a form submission error. So here we go. The telephone number is too big, right? So here we go. And that is fantastic, Ola. Does that not look fantastic? Yes, it does. Now, why is it putting the name Starsky von Spankengrubel down in the telephone number? I'm glad I tested that, actually. Let me just see. Telnum. What, isn't that the strangest thing? Why is it doing that? Get data from post. Look at this. Can you believe it? I'm so sorry. Congratulations to everyone who spotted that. Right, we are in good shape. This is very awesome. Again, I'll bring up the mistake, right? So that's good, and that's all kind of cool. Right, so that's good. Let's get the actual form itself working, okay? So the vibe is everything is cool, and let's actually, get it doing something meaningful, okay? So there's not going to be like updates or anything like that going on. So we can delete all of this stuff here, okay? Right? And we can bring this in a bit, try and be tidy here. And we obviously don't need the item title. However, I am going to load up this load module enquiries, okay? And I'm also going to load up site security, okay? That's the vibe. I'm going to load up site security. And you see this thing called data here? I'll change that, shall I? Shall we change that to data? No, we won't change it to anything, actually. No, I'll keep it as it is. And what we'll do, though, is we'll add in a thing called data code. I'll say insert the message, okay? Data code is this site security. Do you remember the vibe on site security? Does any of this ring any bells? Get random string and all of that stuff, right? So we're going to use that. Get random string. It'll be a length of 6 characters this time. And we have a few other fields and inquiries that we need to look out for. I'll just bring these across so that you can see them, okay? So that's from the inquiries controller. I apologise if I'm going a wee bit fast here. We paste this stuff in, right? So let me just see what's happening. For the subject, I'm going to just say contact form. That'll do. Okay. For the message, I'm going to say something like, let me see. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to build a little function called build message, okay? and it's going to just pass in the data variable and it's going to build up a message, right? Now listen folks, we have a data thing up here, we've got data variables here, and then we've got an insert thing with data, right? And it's all a little bit confusing. So what I'm going to do before we go any further is I'm going to change this one upstairs to say posted data. And when we build the message, it will be using the posted data array. Can you handle that? Is that cool? I do hope so. So let's do that, and let me get a quick swig of my energy drink here. All right. So let's do that. So we'll go down here and we'll just space up a bit. And we'll say function build message. It takes in the posted data, right? So we'll just say something like MSG equals, how about your name equals uppercase first, posted data, your name, okay? And the actual message itself will just say your name, let me just say, submitted the following information. Something like that. And then we'll just say, let's have a look, something like MSG also equals, and we'll have it saying maybe name, colon, and then we'll have your name. Okay, and this shall be the theme here. So we'll do that. And they're going to have email in here. And that will be email. And then we're going to have telephone number. And that's, oh, I forgot my posted data thing. Ah, posted data. There we go. There we go. Well, actually, sorry, we can get away with it in that one. That's a special field. We've already declared that. But for email, definitely posted data email. Okay. Same with the telephone number. So posted data telnum. I actually should have called this just data. There's no need for this posted data in here because it's a function and it's isolated. Do you know what I mean? And this last one is going to be message, okay? So we'll just say something like that. Okay, I think that's going to do the job actually. So they've posted the following information, return message. That's us, right? So we've now built up the message, okay? Now sent to is going to be 0. Date created is going to be time. Opened is going to be 0, sent by is going to be 0, and urgent is going to be 0, okay? So that's almost us. Just a couple of other things. We do not need all of this junk here, and remember the insert is happening on the enquiries module. So that's the ticket, okay? And when we are finished, we're going to take them to contact us /thank you. Okay, and that's the vibe right there. Okay, so let's just do this. I actually did a test run earlier on and it was a complete disaster. I was trying it earlier and I had no luck at all. So let me delete these things that you never actually got to see, and we'll try again, or at least I'll try again. For you, this will be the first time, and hopefully this is going to be cool. Okay, so that was from a previous trial run. Oh, right, okay, that was a good start. Line 35, it doesn't like something. There we go, I forgot a semicolon. That was today's deliberate mistake. Congratulations to everyone who spotted this. Now check this, look at this. We've got JavaScript all over the place here, and it won't let us submit the thing unless it's all cool. So let's just fill this out. So Eric Clapton, email address is info@something.com. Now I'll break the form here. We'll do more than not break it. I'll try and generate a form validation error, right? So that's a huge telephone number. And then I'll just say, here we go. And if we do send, you'll see that the validation looks fantastic. Well, maybe not fantastic, but it works, right? So there goes the phone number, and I'll say, hello, this is a message. I hope you are cool, rock and roll. Regards, Eric Clapton. Okay, so we've filled the form out properly. I'm going to say send. The form was successfully submitted. Okay, that's good. Now, if we go to the inbox as an administrator and we hit refresh, you'll notice that that form has not actually appeared anywhere. Okay, and the reason why it's not appeared anywhere, well, first of all, I'll have a look at the database and just show you what's happening here, right? Do select all from inquiries, order by, date created, descending, right? So if we look at the database here, you'll see that we've got the contact form. Here it is. Here's Eric Clapton's message, open 0. Everything looks cool. So the question is, why is it not appearing here? I'm going to let you think about that for 3 seconds. And we're back. The reason why it's not displaying here, folks, is all to do with the type of table join that we've got. Now, I'm not going to go into this in too much detail, but there are different kinds of table joins, as I'm sure you are aware. Inner joins, outer joins, cross joins, left joins, and joins to the, you know, I was going to say joins to the left, joins to the right, but we've already said that. But look at there's a join for everything. But the type of join that we want is our left join. Can you handle the vibe? This little picture pretty much explains everything. So we want it to include inquiries even if there is not a customer account. And if you look at the inquiries thing here, and you'll find there's a thing called fetch inquiries, right? So this is the query that's being run, and as you can see, it's doing a join, okay? But the join it's doing is called an inner join, okay? So check this out. I'll show you this in Navicat and it'll make more sense. If we jump onto Navicat here, and I'll chuck in that query, right? And it's the inner join, right? And if we do run, it's joining up, look at the diagram, it's joining up store accounts and inquiries, and it's bringing up this inquiry that's connected to an account, right? But if we change inner join to left join, right, that's all we're doing, folks. We hit run, and now, as you can see, Eric Clapton has appeared and everything is cool. So the solution is simply this: just change inner join to say left join. That's all you need to do, folks, and that should be cool, okay? So let's just hit refresh here. Alright, that's pretty cool actually. So you can see that it says sent by admin, subject contact form. Let's have a quick look at it. And sent by admin, everything is fine. Everything is absolutely fine. So that's us. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.